we back. I am back with my favorite, my girl, my sis, the mother of the man of the hour, Mr. TSM rapper, his mom, Miss Helen. How you doing, Sissy Pooh?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good too. I'm doing good. Shout out to you, TSM. Shout out to you, Naya. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to like this video while entering the chat. And shout out to my favorite, Reverb Nation, the Cloud Watchers, the replay game, and all the beautiful people entering the chat. We got some good ones for y'all today. We have a part one. This is part one of what you're going to be seeing. And then we're going to have a part two.
Mm-hmm.
So, with part one, if you guys don't know, we're going to be talking about Chud the Builder. And if you don't know who Chud the Builder is, he's, um, we're going to call him a male. We're going to be respectful. He's 28
Mm-hmm.
years old. Um, he does a whole lot to the brown and black community. He's a known, um, we're going to call him ACES, who recently got arrested for allegedly, allegedly YouTube assaulting a black man in Tennessee. Anything you want to add that to that, Sissy? Oh, I forgot. My fault. My fault. My fault. Before we get started, y'all, we have to give a special shout out to tonight's sponsors, Millie Moon Luxury Diapers for our luxury Willie Wallace and our luxury toddlers. Use the promo code YOLEAKS to receive 20% off your purchase. And ladies, let's not forget Tampax Radiant Pads and use the promo code YORADIANCE to receive 20% off your purchase. Thank you, TSM, for putting the disclaimer in the chat. Shout out to Miss Brenda. How you doing, Miss Brenda? Shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you for all the new people coming over here as well. Salute to y'all. Thank you for joining us. Sissy, you want to add
Um,
anything?
well, we see here that Chud the Builder, he report says that Dayton Earthly, that's his legal name, known as Chud the Builder, has faced controversy tied to racist line stream content, and he is currently going through recent legal issues. And according to the Times of India, it says prosecutors reportedly plan to block Chud the Builder from using donation money for release. And this was stated on May 16, 2026. It says Dalton Etherly, known, known online as Chud the Builder, is facing real big legal trouble. What do you think about that?
I feel like it's been several alleged attorneys who've been getting on social media, um, giving their synopsis of what they think was going to happen as
Mm-hmm.
far as legally. And
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it does a disservice to the gentleman who was allegedly assaulted, who was pow pow by him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chopper Boy, thank you so much for joining us. Shout out to you. Um, and I feel like what he's been doing, um, he's lost so much already.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about family. I'm talking about people who have the same beliefs he has. He's lost a business. All of this is alleged. Anything I say before, doing, after this is all alleged. This is AI. I ain't even real up here. This is just something over here in older YouTube verse. It's not even real. She's not real. I'm not real either. But
Mm-hmm.
and so I just feel like as a community overall, we can agree and disagree about different things, but the way he's going about doing it,
It's crazy.
no,
It's really
it is.
crazy. I want to welcome everyone in the live. Hi to Miss Brenda, Naya, Sun, everyone that has entered the chat. I pray that all of you are well and everything is going well for you this week and continue to have a blessed, safe weekend. But you know, when this type of situation turns into uh, bullying and race baiting, race baiting is serious within itself, and when it's combined with bullying, uh, it can get really bad, especially when it deals with the social media and the negativity that comes behind it. Like race bait and the controversy often gets more clicks and views. The algorithm can reward division instead of understanding. And people sometimes say shocking things online for attention, money, or reaction. So when it gets in those areas like that, people they really make money off of that, and it's very detrimental to people because as you see, when it gets out of hand, it can get to the point where someone can almost lose their life.
Welcome, Naomi. Thank you so much for coming here. Thanks, TSM. I appreciate that. And I think a lot of people don't understand the severity of this situation.
Mhm.
Um, and shout out to Poetic Flocka for bringing this, being on this man's neck because he's done so much um, to Black and brown people to the
Mhm.
point to where it's like as a as a as a as a Black woman, it's discouraging when you mind your business that somebody will purposely and intentionally try to race bait you. And if you
Mhm.
don't know what race baiting is, basically it's the intention with causing harm to somebody by your ACEs views, by using racial slurs, and things of that nature to get a reaction out of people so you can feel
Mhm.
justified in giving them a response. Hey, Prince, thank you so much for joining us, you guys. And thanks everybody for liking this video by entering the chat.
Mhm.
Shout out to you guys. And let's not forget the man of the hour, TSM. Let's not forget him. Um,
Absolutely.
and I just think, Sissy, when you first heard about this story, what was your reaction? What did you initially think?
Um, when I initially saw it, like anyone, when you love people, and I'm not a racist type of person, I see people as a human race. I don't see color. And it made me angry. It really did. It didn't sit well with me. If I could have went through that screen, girl, I would. But I will digress on that. But just to look at him, the way he was carrying on, just getting joy out of taunting people, that was really diabolical and so disgusting to me. Just to taunt, and pick people to the point where they get to the point where they feel like they can't contain themselves. That's how bad this guy is. And we can segue into how bullying impacts everyone, such as how online hate affects mental health. It negatively can normalize cruelty. It really can. People can get so numb to it that they don't even care. And even young viewers absorb and see this online and they start to think this is normal. I always say that when you are a bully, you was a bully as a child, and now you're a bully as an adult. And you can tell the way that fool was acting. He got joy out of doing this to people. What do you think?
I feel like ignorance is the tool that people like to use. to weaponize their behavior. Because right now, allegedly, he's asking um, the Black community for help. And
Mm-hmm.
he allegedly pow a gentleman who was a veteran, um, who also allegedly been dealing with some mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then to make the matters worse, they really tried to spin the narrative on this man who there was another man who happened to have the same name as him, but
Mm-hmm.
he's of a different hue. And they tried to say he deserved what he got. And the thing of it is, um, shout out to Ireland. Thank you so much for joining us, Jimmy.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming. And I just think a lot of times people don't understand the
Mm-hmm.
magnitude of what bullying does and the effects that it have on people. Because there's people out here who really don't even play like that. You know,
Yes. Yes.
they don't
Yes.
even play like that. Hey, Maddie, thank you so much for joining us. Shout out to Sasha, y'all. Show some love to Sasha by putting some music notes in the chat because that girl be doing her thing. Throw some music notes in the chat for Miss Sasha. Shout out to you, girl. Um, I think a lot of times people don't understand that. People think it's okay to be
Mm-hmm.
bullies, especially on social media. I call them internet
Mm-hmm.
gangsters. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If they do, they would never do that to a person face to face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
But
even with the person that we talk. I'm sorry. Go
mm-hmm.
ahead.
Go ahead, Sissy. But I was gonna say,
If,
as you see, it's rare when you get one that will be a bully behind closed doors. But this fool, he took it out of the house, and he went
mm-hmm.
to the extreme. So when do you think that accountability matters in this situation? Because people say, "Oh, freedom of speech does not remove freedom of speech. We can do this and that," but you got to realize that even though you have freedom of speech, it doesn't remove the consequences behind your actions. What do you think?
That is absolutely true. You do have a right to say certain things, but certain things are protected.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is a law that's implemented. It's called a hate crime. That is a federal offense that you can't go out here and provoke somebody from a certain group and then they respond to you
Mm-hmm.
when you were clearly the aggressor and then claim, hey, I'm just misusing my freedom of speech. No, you committed a crime. That's what you actually did. And I think in
Mm-hmm.
this situation, people need to realize you can say what you want to, but just like you said, there's consequences because there's people out here who don't
Mm-hmm.
play like that.
Yeah.
Um, and for this person, for him, for his bond to be set as high as it was, I think the bond was kind of like a way, a wiggle
Mm-hmm.
room for when his bail to be set,
Mm-hmm.
they can use something else. I'm not an attorney. I don't pretend to be an attorney. I'm not giving any
Right.
legal advice, but
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's a setup for something else because how many stories we have seen when we thought, oh, that person's going to go to jail, they're going to be convicted, and they
Mm-hmm.
walk free. They don't get
Right.
probation, they get nothing, they just free. And I just think a lot of times, people always say a certain group need to act a certain way. But
Mm-hmm.
who are you to tell me how to behave when I'm minding my business and you come up to me? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I just think it's discouraging that bullying has become the new drug on social media, so to speak. It's become the
Yeah.
new because I know it's cowards on here, you feel me? But excuse me, that hurt my throat. But I just think I just feel like it's just way too many. I just think it was his time to be called out. He didn't get
Mhm.
what he was expecting to get because he did allegedly make a post
Mhm.
basically bragging about how he was going to unalive a black person and it was going to
Mhm.
be rioting and he was going to walk away and get away with it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's just
so
crazy. Yeah, but when you think about it, excuse me, when the accountability matters from a social media standpoint, creators, when they are in a position, especially when they have millions of views and they are getting paid to basically entertain their supporters, they have a large influence on their audience. And what they say and do can really impact people. So I believe that accountability and growth can exist together when you take heed of these things, taking accountability into concern, because the way the things that you say can influence people in a positive and a negative way. And we see when things are going in the direction of being negative, people tend to quell toward a certain situation and they start to think that way and it can get out of hand. And once things get out of hand, sometimes there's no turning back, so you have to really be careful, especially when you have a large platform like that when it comes to sensitivity such as race, especially in the system, the time and system we're living in today and the administration that we're under. It's very crucial that you got to be very careful in this type of situation.
shout out to Lil Keisha, girl. No, Lakeisha did not enter the building, y'all. She not Lakeisha. She don't enter the building, y'all. Y'all better throw some hearts in the chat. What's this? She don't enter the building. Shout out to you,
Welcome,
girl. Shout out to
welcome,
you.
welcome.
Welcome, girl. Shout out to my girl. Shout out to you, girl. Shout out to you. Um, but I just feel like with the bullying situation, especially
Mhm,
when you bait somebody
mhm.
and it's like you just got to be really be careful what you say to people
Yeah,
because there's people out here who don't play like that.
exactly.
You feel me?
Mhm,
Like people don't, and y'all know me. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Like it's people out here who really, truly do not play like that. Like for
mhm,
real, for real. And I just feel like a lot social media has given people. Can I be honest with y'all? Can I
mhm.
be TSM this your channel? Can I be honest? Can I keep it?
Yeah, please be transparent.
I want to be crystal clear. You feel me? Um, he didn't give me the go ahead, so I'm gonna just be quiet. But I just feel like I just feel like, hey, shout out. Throw some music notes in the chat. John has entered the building, y'all. Shout out to John. Show John some love by throwing
Welcome,
some music
welcome.
notes in the chat. Um, I just feel like this platform has given um so many cowards
Mhm.
that really don't need attention. You feel me? Like they
Yeah.
really don't need the attention because they would never say that to you to your face. They would never do it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I think
Mhm.
in his situation, he if he was really about that life, why do you need a weapon? Why do you need bear
Mhm.
spray?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? If you were confident in what you believed in, why do you need those things?
Yes. And what gets me is that he literally would go live and film these interactions. But how can we switch this to a positive note to help our audience and people listening on Reverb Nation? Uh, like per se, do not feed into the hate, because when you're arguing constantly with trolls, it often fuels the cycle. And then when they say encouraging, blocking, and reporting, and having a peaceful discussion instead, I think that that would help as well. And I think having good energy is better than feeding the fuel in those types of communities. So I say don't feed the hate, because when you feed the hate and fuel the hate, like I stated earlier, it can really get out of hand and just make things so bad that a person that, like me, I'm a very loving, kind person, and I don't, and I have a kind heart. I don't want to get to the point where seeing this kind of stuff make me feel a certain way, and I don't want to feel a certain way to the point where I start to, not like people, and that's why I really scared from watching things like that and people like that, because it can really uh, put you in your mind in a frame where you start to want to be defensive toward people like that. And once you're defensive toward people like that, you got to be very careful, because you got to think about me going off. I have a lot to lose. Am I willing to lose what I got going against a stupid person?
And see, that's why she's up here, because that's not the advice I would have gave. But shout out to Helen, shout out to you because listen, it it's just certain things I just don't play about. That's why I mind my business, because
Hmm.
Helen, you know me.
I know.
I'm a work in progress, y'all. I promise y'all I'm a work in progress. But
And you will
ooh,
get
it
there.
just
Because one
me.
thing I know about you, that you don't play about kids, you don't play about the deceased, and you don't play about your kids.
No, I do not. Mm, period at all. And it's just like I just think that situation with him. I just really hope that he really learns from this. All jokes
Hmm.
aside, I really hope that every night when he sits in that cell, that he hears that inner voice that speaks to him to let him know what he's doing is not only wrong, it's dangerous for him. Keep in
Hmm.
mind, he's a father, he has a young child, he has a son. So, with that being said, I just feel like he need to take this time to reflect and renew his mind, because at the end of the
Hmm.
day, if he keep it up, he just gonna meet that one that's just not gonna play like that. And keep in mind,
Hmm.
I don't wish this on him. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you just really have to be careful what you say to people, because not
Hmm.
everybody is gonna play with you like that. You feel me? Um,
Yes.
and I just feel like right now God has given him some grace. He need to take that
Hmm.
this grace that's been given to him and just really sit down and shut the you feel me? That's
He
my
really
take.
does. Yes. And I
How
agree with
can
you
a bully
as
sit in a
well.
house knowing that their actions could cause a life? Only God can judge me in this life. That is very, very true. That
Hmm.
is very, very true. Very, very true. But once again, shout out to tonight's sponsors, Millie Moon Luxury Diapers for our luxury wiggler wobblers and our luxury toddlers. Don't forget to use the promo code YOLEAKS to receive 20% off your purchase. Shout out to my favorite, Revert Nation, the Cloud Watchers, the Replay Gang, and all of you beautiful people who have entered the chat. Shout out
Yes.
to the lovely Helen, who's right
Thank
over here. Shout out to you, beautiful. Thank you so much for your commentary. Thank you so much for your feedback.
you. Hmm.
Thank you so much for the man of the hour himself, Mr. TSM rapper. Thank you for all the beautiful people who came over here, who graced us with their appearances. Shout out to you all. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Sissy, you want to close us out in a prayer? And remember, we're going to come back with part two.
Yes. Once again, our Heavenly Father, thank you all for allowing us to come together and join and talk and have good dialogue, knowing and learning to be love and kind to one another, show each other love and grace because you show us love and grace every day. Please forgive us for our sins and transgressions, although we all do fall short. You forgive us even when we don't deserve to be forgiven. So as we end this live, we ask that you keep us in your care and keeping, and we ask this in your loving Son, Christ Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Helen, for joining us.
You're
Shout out to
welcome.
you, TSM. Thank you for y'all joining us because y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all decided to come over here and show us some love. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. Um, Also, I want to give y'all an update. Movie night will be happening this coming Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a double feature. So bring your snacks, your beverages, and be thoroughly entertained. And show your love for TSM because he's been really putting in his work, y'all. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about late hours, early mornings. Show your love to him as well as dropping all the commentary. I mean, the content that he's been dropping, as well as doing a podcast. Um, Shout out to you. So I hope you all will join TSM for movie night this coming Friday. Um, Listen, y'all. Ooh, y'all gonna be entertained when I tell you. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all are really gonna love it. Thank you so much, Sissy Pooh, for joining me up top. I really
You're
appreciate you
welcome.
being here. I love you, girl.
Love
Once
you too.
again, thank you to each and every one of you guys joining us in the chat. And if you want to see who we're talking about in its entirety, go show some love to Poetic Flocka. And you will see exactly who we're talking about. His name is Chud the Builder. And yeah, shout out to you, TSM, once again. I'll see you shortly in part two. Good night, everybody.